You learn to wait before you fly. Your wings are long enough to lift you now, but not wide enough to hold the air. So you stretch them again and again under the sun. You spread them open on flat rocks warmed by the morning. Turn them against the wind. You feel every joint loosen, every inch become less heavy. You watch shadows slide over the ledges like ghosts looking for something they lost. You don't know what they lost. You only know you're not ready to leave. Then one day you step out farther than you meant to. The wind catches you, your claws slip, your body tips, and gravity finds the space underneath. You drop. For a moment, you twist. Then you remember your wings. You fling them wide, not gracefully, not fully, but wide enough. The wind presses in, and you don't fall anymore. You drift, tilt, drop again, but this time slower. You lean right, and the cliff pulls away. You slide past it, miss the sharp edge, and land lower than you started. But you survive. That's how your first flight ends. Rough, unplanned, accidental, but real. The next one is better. You glide from ledge to ledge, each descent cleaner than the last. You learn how to turn without folding, how to land without stumbling, how to fall without fading. Your mother doesn't watch you. She's already elsewhere, high in the thermals or crouched over a ribcage. But at night, she always returns. She lands without noise, drops meat by your claws, rests without a sound. One night, she doesn't come. The cave stays silent. The wind howls past the opening, and the moon doesn't cast a shadow. You stretch your wings, restless. You wait until sunrise. Then you fly. Not far, not high, just far enough to scan. You see her 2 days later. She's half covered in snow, her head turned too far. You land beside her. You don't cry, you don't call, you just stand. Other vultures circle above. They saw her too. They won't wait long. You step back into the air before they descend. You leave her there, alone, and rise toward the higher cliffs. You don't look back. You're alone now. You spend your second year learning what to feed on. Not just meat, but what kind, what age, what condition. Fresh meat stinks less, but means predators nearby. Old meat draws flies and feathers, but is safer. The trick is timing. You wait for wolves to leave. You land after the first crow, before the third jackal. You grow used to the scent of what lingers. It becomes the taste of staying alive. You learn the scent of broken spines and split ribs. You know the difference between deer and sheep by the shape of the open belly. You know the difference between wolf-taken and cliff-fallen by the pattern of the stains. You learn to land near the head, not the gut. Always near the eye socket. It tears easier. You learn how to chase away foxes with only a stare. You learn how to ignore crows that pluck your feathers while you feed. You learn that bones crunch best after 3 days in the sun. At 3 years old, you grow into your full wingspan. Now air belongs to you. You don't flap often. You don't need to. You find the thermals early and ride them longer. You can rise with your eyes half closed and still know where you are. You learn to read the mountains by the way shadows curl across the ridges. You know which valleys hold carcasses after winter, which trails the wolves use in drought, where farmers shoot, where they bury. You know how to be invisible. You fly for hours without a sound. You fly for days without food. Sometimes you find only bones. Other times you find competition, not just crows, other vultures, larger, older, territorial. One lands with his wings half raised. You see the warning. You land anyway. He lunges. You move back. Not fast, not far, just enough. You circle the body once. He circles too. You both keep eyes forward. Then he lowers his head and begins to feed. You step in opposite. Neither of you speaks. This is how peace looks in your world. That winter, snow covers most of the range. Food becomes rare. You lose weight. Your beak cracks at the tip from cold. You roost on stone higher than the wind dares to climb, just to avoid the noise of fading things below. You see other vultures fall, spiral, never land. You smell their remains later, but you don't descend. Not for them. Spring returns with flies, with wet fur, with iron-scented warmth in new snow. You follow wolves again. You share with eagles. You outlast foxes. By now, you understand the shape of loss, the rhythm of return, but you don't yet understand how to cause it.